Heroes Square in Budapest was the venue for the start of Stage 2 of the Giro d'Italia. It came on the heels of a brilliant win on a road stage for Mathieu van der Poel ahead of Binyam Girmay, and a nasty crash for Caleb Ewan that put him out the running after he'd hung on brilliantly on the uphill finish in Visegrad. First day ever at the Giro d'Italia for Van der Poel, and a first pink jersey for him. He'd be hoping to hold on to it in the 9.2 kilometres against the clock in the Hungarian capital. Riders had spent the 2-hour window in the morning checking out the course, a really difficult, crazy, technical time trial in the city centre. 25 turns over the course of the 9.2 kilometres, with an uphill finish, a few wall wounds to look out for and to see if they were rideable after a crash near the end yesterday. Pink jersey to defend for Van der Poel, and this was the route he'd tried to defend it on. A 3-star stage according to the organisers, plenty of twists and turns as you can see, starting on one side of the river Danube, crossing over from Pest to Buda, two sides of the city, and finishing up at Buda Castle with a 1.3 kilometre climb to the line. King of the Mountains prize on offer as well for the fastest time from bottom to top. The early times have been set by Alex Dowsett and Jos van Emden, two former Giro d'Italia stage winners and time trial specialists. The talk was, though, that this course was for more of punchy riders. The TT specialist did okay, though, as Edoardo Affini was the latest to take the throne. He took 9 seconds off his teammates' time. Then Leonard Kamna turned up. Good results in the youth level at time trialling, but hadn't really done anything in the discipline as a professional. That all changed here. He was excellent on the uphill run to the line, beating even the Italian former time trial star at national level, still awaiting an international win. But Affini had seen 2 seconds go off his time. Kemna was in the lead. Tom Dumoulin was back at the Giro d'Italia, and my was he looking good. 4.3 seconds quicker than Kemna at the bottom of the hill. The former world champion, the current Dutch national champion, getting to the top, looking good. By this time it was Sobredo who had put himself on the throne, and the current Italian champion was beaten. Dumoulin the quickest, and looking like he was going to take the stage win. There were some good performances from Tobias Foss, the Norwegian champion too, and several other GC contenders. Simon Yates, one time trial win in his career at Paris-Nice. This year at the same race he'd looked good on brand new equipment after a sponsor change at Bike Exchange. And he looked so good here that he even took time out of the former world champion. An incredible performance from Simon Yates. 5 seconds quicker than Tom Dumoulin, the time trial of his career. Vincenzo Nibali was racing one of the best races against the clock he'd ever put in as well. Talk of maybe losing time and winning a stage. Forget that, Nibali was in 3rd place as the former Giro d'Italia winner Richard Carapaz was trying to limit his losses. He was another who put in a solid enough performance. Just under 30 seconds down on Simon Yates. Wilco Kelderman heralded the start of the top 5 on GC. And he too would be up with the very best. 16 seconds worse off than Yates, who still led. Only Mathieu van der Poel could beat the Brit. He needed 14 seconds to keep his pink jersey. By the time he got to the bottom of the climb, he was ever so slightly slower than Yates. And you wondered whether he could take the stage win off of the Brit. No problem for the Maglia Rosa. Van der Poel would be right there, still at the top of the GC. But he wouldn't be quicker than Simon Yates. A handful of seconds the difference. Van der Poel unable to be as good as Yates in the TT. He was mightily close. Yates celebrating a first ever Grand Tour time trial stage win for the man from northwest England. It's his 5th Giro d'Italia stage win, and he won it by 3 seconds ahead of Van der Poel, 5 in front of Dumoulin with Sobredo, and one of the other performances of the day coming from Ben Chulett on time trial debut at a Grand Tour. Van der Poel out of breath, out of energy, but on the podium. He retained the lead of the Giro d'Italia after 2 days. 11 seconds his lead over Simon Yates going into stage 3. Dumoulin looking good at 16 seconds in third. The third and final stage begins in Koposchwar. It's a one-star stage, should be the first appointment for the sprinters at this Giro, before they then return to Italy and Sicily, with Mount Etna looming on stage 4. One final late lump for the King of the Mountains competition, but it's as flat as they come at the Giro, finishing in Lake Balaton, Balaton-Fured, after 201 kilometres. Hungary has put on a great show. The crowds have been fantastic. The racing has been exceptional. We've witnessed one of the best Grand Tour time trials we've seen in recent years. Now it's the turn of the sprinters. The Giro d'Italia live on GCN+, Discovery+, and Eurosport.